Now we will talk about master production schedule. So we all know that the demand plan that is coming out from S&OP demand planning process is in a monthly bucket. But to explode that plan, it is important to have some systems. Also, demand planning is usually done at product family level, but it is also important to explode that plan in individual item level. So for that, the systematic way is a master production schedule. Now, what is master production schedule? So MPS is telling us what we need to produce, how much we need to produce, and when we need to produce. In short, everything related to production in a business is what MPS is talking about. Now, while doing MPS or while doing master production schedule, it considers production, staffing requirement, required inventory, and all other factors. And it is usually linking all these plans with the manufacturing plan. Typically, MPS is done for next 3 months to 12 months. So it depends on company to company. Company can also extend their MPS period. Now let's take a simple example of MPS. So here you can see week 1, week 2, week 3 up to week 7, and we also have starting inventory which is 40 quantity. Now we are planning a master production schedule for a product called as laptop. Now as far as sales forecast is concerned, in each week the requirement is 200 quantity. Now we have to produce the quantity based on the sales forecast. So in the first week, if we consider our on hand inventory which is 40 and our sales forecast 200, then we have to produce only 160 quantity. Subsequently, in week 2, we have to produce 200 quantity because we don't have anything on hand and our sales forecast is completely 200. Similarly, in the week 3 and up to week 7. So simply master production schedule considers available inventory, sales forecast, and also time period, and accordingly it determines what quantity we have to produce in that time period. Now while doing master production scheduling, it takes input from multiple factors because it is completely systematic calculation of what we have to produce, when we have to produce, and how much we have to produce. So there are multiple inputs that MPS takes, like capacity constraints, which can be non-availability of labors, which can be machine down. It also considers production policies like minimum order quantity or batch size. It also considers product characteristics. It is basically a bill of material, which we will talk about in our next topic. It also considers financial considerations like available cash flow to make the production plans. On other side, MPS also considers planned orders which are already in plan in the system or for the future period. It considers forecasted demand, that means it is coming out from the demand planning step. Then it also considers current and future plans about inventory, production, also subcontracted quantities. So subcontracted quantities is nothing but the product which is manufactured by subcontractor on our behalf. So if a subcontractor is manufacturing some quantities on our behalf, we have to produce less quantity considering what we are getting from subcontractors. Then MPS also takes an input in the form of calendar, shift time. It also includes vacations, day offs, and accordingly it plans for an output which is master production schedule, and it talks about when, how much we have to produce for each product. Now we have seen that product characteristics is one of the input for MPS. So what is product characteristics? So product characteristics is simply a bill of material. It is also referred as product structure. Bill of material is simply a list of two aspects. The first aspect is all required raw material, subassembly, subcomponents or parts, and second aspect is the quantities required for all these raw materials, subassembly or subcomponents to manufacture one finished product. So bill of material talks about entire requirement of subcomponents or raw material to manufacture one finished good, and it also talks about what quantity of these raw materials, sub-assemblies and subcomponents will be required to manufacture. So let's take an example of bill of material. So for a bicycle production of one quantity, we need 2 wheels and one bicycle body, or we will call it as a bicycle frame, which is 1 in a number. Now to manufacture one quantity of wheel, we need 2 pieces of rim, 2 tires, and we need 72 spokes. And to manufacture a frame, we need a color. Now again, if we drill down, to manufacture a tire, we need tire wall, which is 2 quantity for 1 tire. And to manufacture that tire wall further, we need 1 bolt, 1 nut and 1 cap. So if we combine all these requirements, so if we combine all these quantities and sub-assemblies or raw materials, then we can manufacture one bicycle in simple way.